User story. What a user story really means. A user story is a short description of a user need written in simple terms. Its value is not just a sentence, but the shared understanding it creates about who needs something, what they need, and why it matters. When paired with acceptance criteria, it helps teams deliver small, testable slices of value and learn through incremental delivery. Why a user story matters. A good user story keeps attention on user value instead of internal activity. It encourages conversation, questions, and learning, which is especially useful when requirements are still uncertain. Because it stays lightweight, teams can adapt decisions as evidence emerges and reduce rework by clarifying intent before commitment. User story structure and quality. A common format is, as a user, I want something so that I get benefit, because it highlights role, goal, and value. But the format should support thinking, not become a rigid rule. Quality matters more. So teams often use invest to keep stories independent, negotiable, valuable, estimable, small, and testable. The 3 C's, card, conversation, confirmation, also remind us that a story is a prompt for collaboration, not the only valid product backlog item format. Acceptance criteria and examples. A user story becomes testable when acceptance criteria make done clear and inspectable. Given when then is a useful way to express behavior through concrete examples. And those examples often reveal hidden assumptions early. Teams should also make important quality needs visible, such as performance, security, accessibility, and any useful test data. This work complements the definition of done and is strongest when refined collaboratively. Splitting stories into thin slices. User stories should be small enough to fit the team's cadence and produce feedback quickly. That usually means slicing vertically, so each piece keeps enough end-to-end behavior to be usable or testable. Teams can split by workflow, business rule, data variation, interface, or risk, depending on where learning is needed most. The aim is to avoid layer-by-layer splitting, because that delays real feedback and user validation. Common misuses to avoid. User stories are often misused when they become mini specifications and conversation stops. They also lose value when the wording pretends to express user benefit, but actually describes internal work, when acceptance criteria arrive too late, or when story points are treated as value or commitment. Stories that are too large create the same problem by hiding uncertainty and delaying a usable increment. The practical response is to keep stories brief, define acceptance early, slice vertically, and inspect outcomes so priorities can adapt with evidence. Learn more on agilesm.net.